Hey everyone, you guys are doing well. We are back with another What's Sold on eBay video. These are the sales from Monday. I think we have 9 sales, something like that. 2 pretty good ones and then a couple just kind of run-of-the-mill type stuff. One old item I'm happy to get out, so always nice to have a good mix. One item that definitely surprised me when it was in a big pile of stuff, and I'm so glad that I found it and didn't throw it away because I almost did. I'm like, hey, let me just look this up, and ended up selling pretty well. So we'll get into that. We also have a couple items that we missed in the last video that I didn't show you guys, so I'll try to mention those as well. A couple of video games and some items that might be worth looking out for. So let's go ahead and get into what's sold, and let me know how you guys are doing on eBay. If you have any questions or whatever, hit me up in the comments, and I try to answer them either in another video or respond in the YouTube comment section. So starting off, we have a Vans Off the Wall hat. Right here, this one was in the big Hirsch buy, I believe, of hats. It sold for $23 shipped. It's going to go out first class. Sold full price and sold super quick, so I'm super happy about that. Sold Talking to Heaven, a little hardcover book. This one I did not know was valuable, but I scanned the barcode. Looked like they were selling pretty well. Mine sold for like $12 shipped, so $12 for a used book and one of the book buys we had. I'm all about that. Really easy to list or ship and list. iPhone X, this is a 64 gig. These don't do as well anymore. It's just a box only. It sold for $8.49. Put in a bubble mailer. Again, super easy to pack. Only a couple photos, and that one's out the door. X-Files Season 5, this is the Blu-ray. We sold a couple of other X-Files DVDs. This little set here sold, or this little season sold for, I think, 20 or 21 shipped. We spent 10 on all the X-Files stuff, plus some other DVDs, the Arrow DVD from last video, so we've made quite a bit on a couple of DVD series. Here's some ER DVDs, ER 1, 2, and 4, I believe. These ones sold for 23, 22 something, and something like that. They sold media mail. Not a ton, but media mail will probably cost $6 to ship them. I think we're in them for $1 a piece, so still plenty of room for profit. In my opinion, we'll make a few bucks, and we'll get them out the door. We sold a Sony remote. This is a, I forgot what the model, RMVZ320. I sold 2 of these. This one sold for like 6 something and some change. They were listed at $8. The one sold right away, I think, for $8. This one sat for a while and it finally sold on sale for 6 something. So not the greatest, but we'll make a few bucks. Sold a set of karaoke CDs. People have put some of their own little stickers and labels on them, but these ones were in a big CD buy. Just slotted them together. They ended up selling for a best offer of $28 ship, which I'm super happy with. The person actually only wants, I think, a couple of them in there. So, but they're willing to pay $28 for the whole stack, and I've had them listed for a long time. Gets them off my CD shelf, makes some room, and hopefully they'll be happy. Sold a little Snuggle, I think is what it is. Yeah, Snuggle Bear. This is one of the bigger ones. I never found this one, a big one like this. I found the small. I have a couple smaller ones listed now. I got 3 of them for $3, so $1 a piece. This big one he sold for $35 ship. He'll go. We'll just wrap him up like this, put him in a bubble mailer, and he'll be on his way. So $35, and that one sold within about a week, which I love. If I can move plush that quickly, that is awesome, because plush are cool. Definitely money there, but I hate sitting on them because they take up a lot of space if you get a bunch of them, especially the bigger size ones. Here's an item that I was going to almost throw away. It's a GE projection lamp. It's a DJL. It's just a bulb, basically. This sold for $80 shipped as is. It looks like it's brand new from what I can tell, but I put that I don't have a way to test it, so there's no way for me to know. Still got $80 for it. I think they go for like 100 and something if you can verify it's brand new and it works. But it was just in a box of stuff that I had. I'm not even sure how I ended up even getting it. I have no idea where it came from, but it sold for $80. I don't remember buying it. I think I would remember if I would have bought it. I'm guessing it was just thrown in with a bunch of stuff, and sure enough, I pulled it out and we had some value. So something from the money pile, I guess. Can't beat that. And then some boots. These are the best sale. These A Solos or A Solo, I don't know. They're the TPS 535. They have some scuffs in the front, but they're in pretty good shape, I would say. Got them from an estate sale. They were $50 at the actual estate sale when I was there. And then maybe $40. I don't know, 40 or 50. And then I said, hey, it was the end of the estate sale on a Friday. And they're like, oh, we're doing 50% off tomorrow. And we close in like 5 minutes. I'm like, well, will you do 50% now because you're going to close pretty soon? I already bought some other stuff and I'll just pay. They said, nope, got to come back tomorrow. So I showed up first thing Saturday morning. Ended up getting them for 20 or 25, and they sold for like $103. I had a lot of offers around the $80 mark, somewhere around there. Almost took one the other day, and they canceled on me for $80 because I thought it was still a good deal. But they ended up selling. Hopefully the person will be happy with them, but 100 and something on those. Now, a couple other items that sold last video. We had 18-wheeler for the PS2. You should see it on the screen. That sold for $8 and some change. We also sold Critical Depth for PS1. That one sold for $14.99. That one's from our vacation buy. I paid $2 for that game. They had brought out a thrift store. I asked if they had video games. They said, oh yeah, we got a whole bin in the back, and I'm getting super stoked and excited. Brings out this plastic tote full of games. And there was like Mario Party and a couple other valuable ones in there, and a lot of $15 to $20 games. Nothing super, super rare or crazy, but a lot of cool stuff. And that one ended up being one of them. I got $15, one of the last ones we have. So still was exciting nonetheless. Then we also sold Spyro for PS1, 2 of the games, Ripto's Rage and the original Spyro, I believe. They sold for $30, I think, for the pair. And I think that was, one CD sold like $8 shipped or something like that. Donald Byrd or something like that. You'll see on the screen. But that's all I got for you guys right now. So that's going to wrap up Monday. We'll jump into Tuesday sales and we'll see how we do. I'll see you in the next clip. Hey everyone, we're back with the sales from Tuesday. I think 12 sales here on eBay. Definitely a good mix of stuff. No clothing, which would be nice to see some of that go, or some shoes or something like that. But hard goods are my specialty and what I love to sell anyways. So that's what went out today. A couple of new items we just listed. One was a return that now is sold again. So hopefully it won't come back this time. But let's go ahead and get into it. We have the history of Japanese electric guitars. This is from the recent book buy. I spent $350 on. I've mentioned a couple times. I think the last video we sold $50 something in books. That one sold for $20 as well. Going to go out media mail, so we'll probably make, I don't know, $13-14 on it when it's all said and done. So happy about it. You can't really see these, but these are some headphones by X Soul or something like that. They're Bluetooth. Got those for like $2 at a garage sale. They ended up selling for a best offer of $30. They'll go out first class. I did test them out. They work well, pretty good shape. So I had to add a charger to them. I don't think it came with a charger, so I threw one in. Used a generic one, so that was $30. Another Polaroid Sun 660 going out. This one's not in as great shape. It's missing the eyepiece, missing where the strap goes in. The little head thing doesn't really click in and latch really well, but it sold for parts for $23. Also went to Retrospect. Down says I already shipped out their other one. I should have actually just listed them at the same time, so hopefully Retrospect would have bought both, and then I could have saved on shipping. So that was a bummer on my part, but if I have any more, I'll try to keep them together and sell them at one time. This is a swivel sweeper battery charger. This guy sold for like $15 shipped. It kind of looks like little RC charger ones, but that one sold for $15, and it sold within a couple weeks, not too long. Here's an item that was returned. We sold it for $30 last time. It's a Ninja replacement canister. In great shape. The person bought it, and so they bought the wrong one. Doesn't fit their unit. Even though I have the model number of the unit in the listing, the person obviously saw a Ninja canister, assumed it would work with theirs, probably didn't double check anything. This one ended up selling for $30 shipped again. Hopefully it doesn't come back. That would be the only downside sometimes with kitchen items, is people will sometimes buy without really double checking to make sure it's the right part, and then all of a sudden return it. So that happens every once in a while, but not that often. Here are some little electron tubes here, whatever they're called. These sold for like 50 something shipped, 40 something shipped. We spent $5 on a whole shoebox full of them from a sale a while back, and we've made quite a bit of money on it. That's where I think on the next video you guys should see a huge auction I have of stickers from the 80s, 90s, and early 2000s. Hopefully I'll post a screenshot of it, but that should show up in the next video. It's gone crazy, and I got it at the same sale I got those tubes at. So be on the lookout for the next video. This auction's over $400 right now in bids. We'll see what ends up happening. So here's a Dean Martin fully roasted, or is it fully roasted? Yeah. This one's brand new. So we got 5 different Dean Martin DVDs for $10. They're all sealed. Got them at an estate sale, and that one sold for $40. The other 2 are listed at like $45 or $50, and the other lower ones are like $10 and $20 or $10 and $15. So overall, it's going to be $150, $60 when it's all said and done with sales for a $10 DVD buy. That is awesome. A couple of video games. Skate 2, I think, sold for $11 or $12 for $360. That's a Platinum Hits. And Perfect Dark Zero, the Steelbook one, this one sold for like $9 and some change. You think it would go for more? It's a Steelbook. It's kind of cool, but it just doesn't sell that well. Craftsman, this is a drill charger here. Sold for $35 shipped. Someone asked me a question, how do I test these? First off, when I first started selling them, I would never test them. I would just look at them if they were in good shape. I didn't hear anything rattling around. They seemed to be okay. I would list them and test them, and I don't think I've had many returns, maybe 1 or 2 in the whole time I've been doing the drill chargers. But after a while, you start building up batteries. So now I have enough batteries where I usually have one that fits. I'll plug it in and make sure it shows the charge. You can also test with, I think, one of those little meters, and you can kind of hook it up to make sure it's getting the charge while it's plugged in. That's another way to do it, but I'll be honest, for a while there, I just listed them. If they were clean and looked good, I'd list them, and I had a lot of success that way, but there is some risk. And then we have, I think, our last item, guys. But this is the big one. This is a Magnavox. We sold one of these the other day, so the VCR pile gets a little bit smaller. This one sold for $165 shipped. It came with an aftermarket remote, which I spent $10 on, or $11. It does work the unit, but I got that to add in because I know it adds a little bit of value to it. This is the, let me check the model. I think it's the DV220 MW9. This one sold for $165 shipped. I think I spent $5 or $10 on it, plus 10 for the remote. That's $20 in. It's going to ship out for that 15 to 20 mark usually. I use a 19 by 13 by 13 box. I get them from this dumpster. They get inventory in at their store, and they just throw all these boxes away. I actually bubble wrap it and stuff, put it in there, and then I cut it down, so it ends up being like 19, 13, 6 or 7 or whatever it ends up being by the time I put the bubble wrap in and it's all padded. And usually I ship them out UPS or FedEx for around that 15 to 20 mark. So not bad there. So that's all I have for you guys right now. Thank you so much for watching. If some more sales come through, I'll be sure to let you guys know, and we'll see you in the next video. Take care. Okay guys, one more little item here I forgot to show you. It's a Husqvarna Viking sewing machine. So I'm not going to hold it up because it's kind of big and bulky, but it's the 6700, 6730, 6370, something like that. It's in the 6000s model number. You'll see on the screen. This one I bought for parts for $10. It was $20, but at the States it was half off, so I got it for 10. The reason I bought it was it had a tray that went with it, as well as the foot pedal. The lady said it doesn't work, it has issues. I took the pedal off, and I think I got that listed for 50 or 60. I sold the tray for I think $30, so we already made all of our money back on the tray. And then I'm like, this was sitting in the money pile basically waiting for me to do something with it. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and just list it for parts. They go for like 170, 150, $200 if it works. I'm going to list it for like 90 for parts because it's missing some pieces. It's in rough shape, and we'll see what happens. And someone bought it. It's going to Michigan or somewhere in the Midwest there, so shipping will still be expensive. I wouldn't be surprised if it's probably $35, $40 to ship it. At this point though, I'm just trying to get rid of it and make a couple bucks, move on, and we'll still sell the pedal at some point for $50. So definitely was a good buy for $10. But yeah, this is a big item I forgot to show you guys, so hopefully you saw on the screen, and we'll see if anything else sells. See you guys next.